Okay, right. So this portion of the session is now being recorded. Hopefully you guys can see the attachment on the screen there. If you can't, just let me know. But it's the Pearson Speaking, Listening and Communication Assessment Level 2. So what this will cover is the presentation. So it's going to be a basic presentation of around 5 minutes, followed by a couple of minutes question and answer. So you'll need to deliver a presentation to a group of people on a topic of your choice. Now, the chances are it's going to be exactly the same format as what we're doing at the moment, in terms of having 3 or 4 people within a group session. All you then do is we'll put together a 5-minute PowerPoint presentation, again, on any topic that you want to do. You'll then share your screen with the rest of the group and talk through it and talk through the slides. People will then ask you questions on it. And that is it. It's really, really straightforward. So in terms of the content for this, as we say, this can be a presentation on any topic that you want. My advice is to speak about something that you're like a hobby or something that you're passionate about and know something about. And that will make it easy for you to expand on points and keep it interesting and answer any questions at the end as well. Following that, there's also a group 15-minute discussion where everybody within the session will have a 15-minute discussion on a topic that will be decided before the assessment takes place by the trainer. Now, you guys can have input in this as well. So if all 4 of you decide, we want to talk about holidays or sports or whatever it might be, then that's what you'll be able to do. And then you'll need to make relevant contributions and be able to communicate your ideas and opinions effectively for the discussion to move forward. So in the simplest terms, it's everybody weighing in and having a conversation on a topic for 15 minutes. But my advice within that is to ask questions throughout. When people are talking about it, try to write down questions, formulate some ideas to be able to give a well-rounded response. That's what it's basically about, the whole assessment. The criteria that you're going to be assessed against is to identify relevant information from extended explanations or presentation. So basically take on board what everyone else is saying and be able to respond and come up with your own ideas. Follow narratives and lines of argument. Respond effectively to detailed or extended questions and feedback. Make requests, ask detailed and pertinent questions to obtain specific information in a range of contexts. So if your discussion is about holidays, for example, you might start with, my favorite, where I went on holiday last year was here. Has anybody ever been there? My favorite part of this was this. What was your favorite part of it? Or it might then go on to, favorite holidays when you were a child, bucket list destinations that you want to get to. And it's literally just the conversation will hopefully flow. There might be some pauses in between, but as long as there's no kind of long gaping periods of time where nobody talks, then generally that's going to be fine. And that 15 minutes goes really quickly. It goes really quickly. You can communicate ideas and opinions clearly and effectively, express opinions and arguments and support them with relevant and persuasive evidence. Use language that is effective, accurate, and appropriate to the context and situation. Make relevant and constructive contributions for the discussion to move forward. Adapt contributions to discuss to suit the audience and purpose, and to interject and direct discussion using appropriate language and register. Now, all of that might make it sound a bit more complicated than what it is, but in a nutshell, put really simply, it's 3 or 4 people being given a topic to talk about for 15 minutes, and just what do you know about that topic, and just talking about it between the 4 of you. It's really, really basic. It's really, really straightforward. So that will be the group discussion at the end. So next, I'm going to give you, or I'm just going to show you briefly an example of a presentation that another learner has done. So they did it on health and exercise. Hopefully you'll be able to see this okay on the screen. And they've got the title. They've got the title page there. Clear title. This is what it's about. And they've got a picture as well. They then go on to talk about, why is being healthy and exercising important? We're going to talk about rest, nutrition, physical, mental, and social benefits. And then it goes on. So my advice is, during the presentation, is you can use bullet points. You can talk through it using your own notes as well. But all the best PowerPoints in terms of keeping people interested will have visuals. So if you use visuals that you can take straight off Google if necessary, to explain things like they've done here, and to back up your points, and you literally then talk through that slide as well. And then this moves forward. So you can also ask questions. So you can ask people within the group, how, as a nation, how much exercise do you think we need? So try and engage people within the session with questions and their thoughts and opinions as well. The next one, again, how active are we? So that goes on to answer the previous questions. So it becomes more interactive. So you're asking questions, you're then giving people then answer. You can then give them the facts and figures. Physical health benefits. Again, you can talk through these in the form of a visual rather than just bullet points. So anything like these, pictures, videos, you could put in. Visuals always make it a bit more colourful. So you're talking through these slides one by one. Mental health benefits, what the definition of health is. Then you've got them from a physical, mental, and social perspective. And then you've got kind of questions and feedback. So what do you think of this so far? Are you surprised about these facts and figures? What do you think the government could do to improve this? What are the negative effects of a lack of exercise, do you think? So again, they're asking questions followed by some facts and figures, so knock-on effects. And then questions to the audience, so questions to other people in the group. So it's about 12 slides there. And again, bearing in mind, this needs to last a minimum of 5 minutes. So it's just 5 minutes. It goes really quickly, really quickly, guys. So that would be my advice regarding putting a presentation together on PowerPoint. If you've not done that, we can work on that together. But my advice is to keep it basic, keep it colourful, keep it interactive. So you can take things from Google, finding whatever subject it is that you're talking about, keep it interesting, include facts and figures. For somebody who doesn't know anything about this subject, what would make it easy for them to understand a little bit about it? And as I say, you can do it about absolutely anything as well, absolutely anything. But this is the format in which it needs to be done at level 2. As a PowerPoint, and again, just talk through the slides, make them nice and interactive, lots of questions, lots of colour, as I say, pictures, videos, things to back it up, and that's it. As I say, so keep it basic, keep it interactive, and that will really kind of is everything that you need to know to get through. I'll send out the copy of that speaking and listening assessment, so the criteria, so everybody's got that. But otherwise, it's over the next couple of weeks you can start to put something together. Once that's done, I'll then contact a lady called Pav at GLP Training, and once you're done with that, you can then let me know. Once it's done, we can then read through it together, do like a practice session, like a mock read through of it. So you're happy with it, get used to reading through it, and then we can get you booked in. We can get you booked in basically. But that is it. I mean, the whole session should last, bearing in mind everybody needs to do 5 minutes plus 15 minutes at the end. it's going to last less than an hour for you to get through it. So this is not a time-consuming exercise, guys, at all. However, it does, it is something that's that we can get done relatively early in course, and that will add to what we need to get done. But in a nutshell, that is it. So if you guys got any questions on that at all, was that relatively easy to follow?
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
Okay. How about yourself, Paolo?
Sorry.
How about yourself? Was that easy to follow? Was that information kind of?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Okay, right, guys, I'm just going to pause the recording there because that's everything we need.